Hello everyone, I'm Mai Porte. You know what I've realized lately? Every single one of us is just trying to get somewhere. Somewhere better, somewhere quieter, somewhere we can finally say, I'm okay. This is actually my place. This is me. This is the end of my journey. Every morning you can see it. People rushing to catch a bus or a train or maybe a dream. Someone's running late for work. Someone's trying to leave a small town. Someone's trying to build a life they don't need a vacation from. And sometimes we mistake all that movement for a meaning, as if the faster we move, the closer we are to success. But what if we're just getting good at running without knowing where we're going? See, the world teaches us to race. Graduate at this age. Get a job at that age. Marry. Buy a house. Have kids. Retire in that exact order. But here's the truth. Life is not a race. It's actually a rhythm. And each of us moves at a different tempo. Some people sprint, others walk. Some are lost, but still moving. Some are standing still, but quietly healing. And all of that counts, because motion doesn't have to be fast to be meaningful. Progress isn't about speed, it's about direction. Let's talk about comparison. It's the thief of joy, the silent killer of peace. We scroll through our phones and we see someone who's ahead. They've got that dream job, the perfect partner, the highlight reel. And suddenly, we question ourselves. Am I doing enough? Am I behind? But what we don't see is the whole story. We don't see the burnout behind that smile, the loneliness behind that luxury, or the fear behind that confidence. Everyone's struggling with something, just not at the same time or in the same way. So maybe the real challenge isn't to catch up. Maybe it's to stay grounded while everyone else seems to be sprinting. And then there are those seasons when you just feel lost. You wake up and think, where am I even going? But here's what I've learned. Being lost isn't failure. It's feedback. It's life telling you you're in transition. Every map has a blank space. Every story has a pause. So if you're lost right now, don't rush to fill the silence. Stay there. Listen. Because sometimes the stillness teaches you what movement cannot. And then there's purpose. We often think it has to be something grand, something the world will applaud. But what if purpose is simpler than that? Maybe it's showing up to work even when you are tired. Maybe it's caring for someone who doesn't even notice. Maybe it's doing the small things that make the world a little softer. Because purpose isn't always loud. Sometimes it's quiet, steady, unseen. And maybe that's what makes it powerful. You know, as I get older, I realize we're all just figuring it out. Even the people who look like they've made it, they haven't. They're still learning, still doubting, still starting over. We all are. And that's the point. We're not supposed to have it all together. We're supposed to be in progress. So stop waiting to arrive before you feel proud. Celebrate the version of you that's still trying, Because effort in a world that constantly tells you to quit is already an act of courage. Maybe getting somewhere isn't about a destination at all. Maybe it's about motion with meaning. Maybe it's about waking up and choosing to keep going even when nothing makes sense. Because one day, you'll look back and realize that all those ordinary mornings, all those just another day moments were actually the chapters of becoming. You weren't lost. You were growing. You weren't behind. You were being prepared. You weren't late. You were right on time for your own story. So wherever you are right now, whether you're walking, running, crawling, or just breathing, remember this. You're still moving. You're still becoming. You're still part of the great human journey. We're all just trying to get somewhere. And maybe, just maybe, the miracle isn't in arriving, but in the fact that we kept going even when we didn't know where. Because in the end, life isn't about who got there first. It's about who learned to love the road. This is your reminder. You're doing better than you think. Keep walking. Keep believing. Because wherever you're headed, you're already on your way. Hey everyone, this is Mai Porte. And if today's story spoke to you, maybe take a second, breathe, and let it sink in. We're all just trying to get somewhere, right? Some days we run, some days we crawl, but we move anyway. If this episode gave you something to think about, hit like, share it with someone who needs a pause, and subscribe for more real talks that make you stop and maybe smile a little. Because here, we don't chase perfection. We celebrate the process. The messy, beautiful, everyday process of becoming.